Hi guys, it's been a long time coming, and I'd say I had a lot of videos that are overdue. Um so I watched Claydera's video on 30 things to do before 30, and I think I just realized do it anyway, don't wait for any perfect timing. Guess of maybe how I took in. I think I have a lot of takes on my phone for that, but it seems not too perfect enough to be posted. Can you imagine? I hope I did not finally decide that this will not be posted, regardless of how I'm not able to edit it. But you know what? But I'll dive into it howsoever. Before we continue this video, I'd like to love if you can help me subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to build this channel, and of course to be monetized. Maybe that will give me a lot of ginger to drop in videos, and just subscribe, like, and share, and engage my videos. That would really make me happy. Thank you. And so I'll just dive into it. I gave birth to my, for those that have been watching videos on my channel, you would know that I gave birth to my son September 2021. I think I opened the channel as early as maybe January that year. I can't remember, but I know I posted months after the delivery of my son. And this year, 2023, was supposed to be my year of career building. It was supposed to be my year of learning more skills, building my business. It was supposed to just be my year of all round enlargement. And I guess God was like smiling at me when I was making my plans. This year was the year I was supposed to learn how to sew. This was the year I was supposed to learn enlarge my business, my Bite and Bit confectionaries. It's a business where I make the best chin chin, and I'm not kidding. You need to try it if you are watching this video, and especially in Lagos and Nigeria, in part of Nigeria. I'll make sure I find a way to ship it to you. That was one of the reasons why one of my plans for this year was to find a way of shipping my goods to those across the nation and even abroad, because I know it's possible. I'm still able to maintain my 9 to 5. Late last year was a very busy time for me at work, and my husband pushed me to pick up a challenge of account reconciliation. I'm glad I did, but it can be exhausting. It was really exhausting because, especially the fact that the account itself was not a balanced account. So trying to go by the way. Anyways, I picked it up and it was very busy for me. That was then I my son had an unplanned weaning. Yeah, it was still on breast till December. I took him to my mom's place because my husband was busy at work. I was also busy at work, so I had to take him there to spend just 5 days. And when we got back, I noticed that my boy has grown on me and was not just interested in breast milk. Anyways, I think maybe I was already pregnant by then, by calculation. So early this year, January, because I couldn't take my leave last year, my boss wanted all reconciliation settled. I think I took the leave even before I found out I was pregnant. I was expecting my period. Meanwhile, for my first pregnancy also, I did miss my period before I knew I was pregnant. I just checked, I sensed and I checked. So same year, I remember getting to the office that day in January before I took my leave, and I perceived strongly a smell, and I asked my boss who was in the office with me, there were two actually, if they can perceive the same odor, and they denied perceiving. Shortly after, my boss came in and said he assumed I was perceiving a chemical being used in the other building. That is how far I knew that set up that I was pregnant, because there's this strong smell I have when I'm pregnant, and I just whispered to myself that he failed. Are you sure you're not pregnant? Well, as they used to say, and my sister used to say, if you don't want to get pregnant, you will not walk in the ways of that will make you pregnant. I don't say ungodly, but I'm not ungodly. I'm married, so you won't walk in the steps of pregnancy. But the issue was I was not on any family planning. I was just using protective, that CD, and so then of course there are times you get carried away. Maybe because we're not determined, that my sister said. Because that's how, in short, my brethren, I found out I was pregnant. Okay, I bought test strip on my way back from work that day. When I got back home, I woke up in the midnight because they used to say the first urine is very important, right? I woke up in the midnight and I checked and whoops, look at the strong second line staring at me. It was not even faded or fading or whatever. It was strong. I came into our bedroom in anger. I woke my husband up and said, "See, you're pregnant." Looks like for a minute my plans and life paused in front of me. I had a professional exam that I should have finished actually. I should have finished that exam. Yes. And that's why I had the rule of once you start something, just make sure you finish it. The moment I stopped writing that exam, that's the moment I started pushing it. So I had planned that this year was going to be my year. In fact, I wrote them out. I'm going to succeed in this exam too. I even enrolled for an online class. I'd paid my brethren. I found out I was pregnant. So wait, I don't think I've even paid that, but I've made inquiries before I found out I was pregnant. But I still went ahead to pay, hoping and believing I'll be able to cope, right? And it was going on fine, it was going on well. People were commenting that I was glowing. I was just laughing that these people don't know that it's pregnancy that is making you feel want to glow. Anyways, I'm glowing now, am I not? And I'm not pregnant. You guys should calm down, okay? Calm down. The twins are barely 2 months. So I woke him up in anger and he was confused. Just said sorry. During the day, I took another test trip to the office. I checked again. Then maybe that was a mistake. I went on Google trying to look for 1001 reasons why that might be a mistake. But guys, it wasn't a mistake. I was clearly, obviously pregnant. Then start the prayer point. I was praying to God because there was this should I say goal I have or a confession. I think that that suits it. I have every of my birthday. My birthday is December, so it's more like a close of the year for me. And whatever confession I carry it over to the new year. So whatever I say this December, I assume that the new year is you get January to December for me. So for last year was soft life. My color was pink. I was dressed in pink, and my husband, so sweet, also delivered a pink journal for me at the office and wrote "Soft Life with God's backing." So I prayed to God that God had confessed that this year is a soft life for me. Please make this pregnancy easy. Before we got to that point, I had prayed, I had wished maybe I would lose the pregnancy. I even said maybe I was going to stress myself, maybe our pregnancy was going to come down. But the truth is, I took it in December, obviously. And December was the most stressful month for me last year, and yet I took it. So God's ways are not our ways. If you work by stress, then I should not be pregnant. And if you work by stress and how psychology calculates it, I'm sorry, science calculates it, then that pregnancy should have been a girl. Because it is said that sperm swims is a feminine sperm is what's that? Is it XY? And we produce X. Okay, so it's X that actually go that far during stress. So I was already thinking that maybe it's going to be a girl. And that Viola, two boys. Back to the J. So I started praying and praying. This pregnancy will not be stressful for me. But guys, seriously, I don't think there have been more stressful pregnancy. Well, I've just had two. Uh, when I started vomiting, I'm going to find a picture of one of the times I vomited in the towel because I was too tired to even step out to the restroom to vomit. I was vomiting blood, guys. And my mom kept saying that probably I was expecting another boy because I had similar symptoms. But I kept telling her, and whoever also says that is, I think the pregnancy is even more difficult. It's just that because I had the prior experience, I was able to maintain some of my reactions to some things. I know how to tame the vomiting and that. So, guys, long story short, was a dreadful first trimester. I was in and of hospital, and again, as I said, because of my prior experience, I was not ready to stay too long in the hospital. And there was a time they discharged me on a Thursday, and I was admitted back into clinic on a Monday. Like, I was that weak, and it didn't occur to any of the doctors to even say, let's run a scan. Just asked if it was my first child, or like my first pregnancy, we got to run a scan to be sure it's not multiple. But this one, I think God wants to surprise us, or probably the miracle actually happened during that time. Because I remember Hallelujah Challenge, February, I was still not feeling too well. I was at home. My husband has been joining the challenge, but I couldn't. But there was this particular night, I think we're dancing around, and I just managed to spend about 10 minutes of the hours of prayers because I eventually slept back. But those 10 minutes were very impactful and filled me with strength. I managed to stand up. I wrote on my journal what I wanted for, and I wrote to God that, okay, fine, I'm pregnant, right? I'd love if this is my prayer of twins come to pass. I drew my first son, and I drew two extra children, and I wrote 21, 22. I wasn't particular about the gender in that Hallelujah challenge, and I think I should have been particular about it. Anyways, so that was it, and I just prayed and danced around. So I didn't bother to do a scan. Oh, sorry, I did a scan actually. That was before the Hallelujah challenge. I did a scan when I was just barely 6 weeks into. I was not yet falling sick actually. Barely 6 weeks into the pregnancy to see if it was a multiple pregnancy. Something just to console me. You get but when I got there and the sonographer or the radiologist or the radiographer could not even see one feature took less of two, but he said he could see a sac. Did he see sac? I can't remember. But it's empty or something. But he just wrote in my report that it's viable. That I'm pregnant, but they can't detect anything exactly yet. Not even seen one. So I used my husband's ATM card to pay. So I remember he calling me that where was I was like, I didn't go to the office that day. I was on leave, as I said. But he went to the office. So I said, I actually went for his scan. He said, oh, how was it? I said, oh, I was even hoping they see two. Even one, they did not see. But they said they should know that I'm pregnant. I should come back in some weeks for another scan. That was when I eventually started falling sick and I could not go for another scan. And I was just so uninterested in spending my money on scan. I think first pregnancy used to shock you because I can count how many scan I did for royalty. That's my first child. But guys, this one I was just so unbothered. I was just wanted to be fine. I couldn't go to the office. It was very evident, and I'm the kind of person that I don't like being seen lazy, especially when you're already in the middle of those that think a woman can work as much as a man. Well, I'm not striving to be a man because I'm unique. I'm more than a man, actually. Yes, I have to say that because there's this tension and pressure everywhere that make it seem, and I'm not struggling to be a man. I'm not saying what you can do, I can do. Yes, I'm unique. I'm special. I'm to be pampered. Yeah, right. Yes, but I'm hardworking. You have to recognize that. But I won't dive into that video. This video is not for that discussion of how they've subjugated women and they make us feel worthless or not useful. So anytime I'm not able to go to the office, it keeps ringing in my head that some people actually feel that um I do not fit to be in an account department because well in the shipping company because of how strenuous they think the work is. Despite my effort that I put in is not being recognized. Now I'm diving in, I'm drifting away already. So let's just cut that off. But just to tell you how painful it was when I could not go to the office when I was not feeling so well. So much I was getting better. My first son was to go for his 18-month immunization. So I went to his school that day to pick him up for his immunization and plan to register for my own pregnancy. What do we call it again? Antenatal. So On getting to the clinic that day, I was told it wasn't that straightforward. I had to actually go and see the doctor first. Gosh, I thought it was just going to register me and go. So I was running in between immunization for my son and registration. It was one of the 80 days for me, especially because I was just trying to recover. I've not started eating well. I was very weak. I was running after an 18-month-old and also trying to juggle registration. If I got to a point, I was supposed to do the scan. Then my mom came that day, right? I can't remember, but she was around. She came that day. I had to beg her to come meet us at the clinic to bring food for royalty. As I then, I think you only eat rice or something, jollof rice. So I went for the test. They just took my blood samples. Then I was to go for the scan last, right? So I was juggling scan and immunization. I was trying to put my son in immunization room. He was crying and wailing, he wants to go with me. But the scan room, I know they will not allow him to be inside. And even if they allow him to be inside, royalty is going to practically be scattering that place. So I left him outside with the woman. Thankfully, they were nice enough. There's a particular immunization lady that I really love. She was with royalty. So I was able to what's it called, do the scan. I even almost shifted, like I've spent a lot of hours at the clinic. I think I'm just going to shift the scan to the next day. But the receptionist with the, or should I call her a receptionist with the sonographer, encouraged that I should just do it once and for all. So when I got to the room, I lay on my back and the sonographer started checking and she was like, "This is the first scan you'll be doing." I said, no, I had done a scan with you before. So I thought she was referring to my scan for generally in the at that particular clinic, because that was the clinic I had royalty, but I never knew she was talking about that particular pregnancy. So she goes, "Oh, so you know there are multiple." Like, you say what? You say what? So she said, "Oh, I thought you said you've done a scan before." I said, "No, I don't know the way two." Just hearing that now, I thought you meant this. I said, "Oh, you're expecting two babies." It's like, wow, woo, wow, woo. Well, I was happy, I was shocked, I was perplexed, I was surprised, I was elated, I was all lot of emotions. I really wish I had a video to record that day, but then I don't think it can ever leave my head, no matter what. And if it does, I'll be sure back to come and watch this video. So I got back home. I couldn't see anything. My mom came. I didn't tell her. We just went back home. Um, I told my husband the next morning, and I sent him a. I brought out his card and told him, "Do you know we're expecting twins?" He said I was lying. I said no. I brought out his card. I was trying to explain, but of course he carried his can, right? Because even me, before I eventually called him to tell him, I had to check again that did he make a mistake. But then they could see two sacks and two placentas. So that means they are definitely fraternal twins, that DD twins. So definitely that wasn't a mistake. I told him, I was like, that's reality. I was like, wow, wow. He was shocked, he was surprised, but he didn't believe me. Just like my sister also to me. My sister, I remember telling my sister, I actually shared a video already. You can check my videos, my shorts. I think it's a short. No, a video. I think I shared a video of how I told her, and she was saying I should send the scan. And she told me the first thing she did was to check my name, or I went to go and download one Google scan result for her. So my husband, I remember we later eventually went for a scan together to check the gender of the babies. That was when he said, "Now I believe you, they are two." Like, really, boy, so you didn't believe me that they were two before? So the reality became to dawn on me that I'm going to be a twin mom. I was happy and I was just going a step by the day. I think this video is getting too long. I'll just cut it here and then I'll just share with you later on my next my next video on how the journey was after the first trimester. And that's after I knew that there are two. I'm going to share it in the next video. So for now, I hope I'm able to entertain you with this video of mine. Do like this video, comment, share, and of course, thumbs up and subscribe. I love you guys. Thank you.